Is the second win better than the first?
Third win.
The third win.
Yeah, because the circumstances were a bit different for me this year, where I definitely had a lot more pressure, but I also hadn't raced that distance for a couple of months. Like Commonwealths in the last 15, so I barely trained for that stuff. So I knew if I was still there with 200 to go, my 8 work and how I've been running the last couple of weeks would help me out pretty well. But it was just tough today. It was just, I felt hard from the start, and the rain just started coming on so much harder as we started. So I've won it in the rain before, so I knew I could try and do it again.
So this season, I guess, now that this is the cherry on top, like overall, like what, A+? What grade would you give it?
I think so. Like, the nature of the sport is that you kind of only reflect the last race as kind of how you feel at the end of the season. So if this hadn't gone well, I would have looked back in the season and been a little frustrated almost. That's the nature of how we are as athletes. So it was a relief to win that. It's just, I started my season properly in Newark, running a 3K indoors, and I've ended it here winning in New York. So the East Coast has done me pretty well. It's got my season to the point where I've been able to win a World Champs. So it's a great place to sign it off.
How great was it to be able to plan all this with your father, to go through all of these months of competition and finish on such a high note?
He's he's got very high attention to detail with the season, and the way he's planned it out, it looked unattainable at start, because it was to do the 8 Europeans is what I always wanted to do, and there were points where that didn't like it was going to happen, but I couldn't have asked for it to have gone better. And yeah, to finish here, like, this is probably my favourite meet of the whole year. So to be able to win it just makes it even sweeter. And the chance now to celebrate and reflect on how good it's been for me in New York with my friends is what I'm now looking forward to after I get dry.
When you start thinking about 2023 and the goals?
My dad was already telling me what races I'm going to do after Zurich when I was warming down, and I just said that I'll leave it. Wait until I've actually come back training for the winter. But yeah, the tough bit now is I've got to come back and try and replicate this. The confidence is there to know I can do it. So going into next season now, I hope I can kind of build on this and hold it, because I'd love to be able to go to Munich and defend the title I won this year.
I know you only made the target on your back bigger, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like there was a target on my back before. That's the thing. So you run with so much freedom, whereas that's a nice test, because I felt like there was pressure on me, and it's good to be put in those situations where you kind of expected to win, and when you can do it, you know that you can hack that sort of thing. And yeah, it's a confidence thing where if I can start my season well next year and just build on it throughout the season like I did this time, then I'm sure if I'm running my best by Munich, I can give it a good go to try and win again.
Were you ever worried today that you left it a little bit too late?
All the advice I've ever had, and all my own advice, is you can never leave it too late here. I feel like patience is the biggest key. I didn't leave it too late because I won, but there are points where I felt as though I never quite pulled away the same way. And the one good thing about running 800s the past few weeks is I knew that my speed was as good as anyone in that field. So if it came down to that last 200, I should be able to hold on strong enough. But there's no way of knowing. It's literally just like running blind. So I just hope that I've done enough, which thankfully I had. But the margins weren't big.
And I'm sorry if you already answered it. How about the road being wet? Was it slippery? Or, I mean, you guys were still running pretty quick.
Yeah, so 2018 it was way worse than that, and these shoes are class. Like I love these for doing these road miles, and they've got enough grip. So I think Josh slipped at the start next to me. Yeah. I don't think I pushed him, but yeah, he hit the deck there, and it was just like, it is what it is. We were still on the start line for quite a while, and the rain came down a bit heavier, and it's just about like blocking it out and you're still racing. We run in enough bad weather in the UK to be used to it, and everyone here isn't. We're from like pretty average climates, so we're all used to this weather.